Hey, what's up, gurus? It's Micah. Welcome to the Common Sense Show, where I focus on helping you create generational wealth by building businesses that are income-producing assets, allowing you to win back time, gain freedom, and live life on your own terms. That is the goal of this channel. And today, we're doing another Shark Tank reaction. The goal of these reactions is not just to react to what people are saying, but to teach you specific business principles, how to pitch investors, how to raise money, how to talk about your business, how to create an elevator pitch. And those skills are going to be crucial to you growing your business. So let's get right into it right now.
Next into the tank is a way to connect African designers with a global marketplace.
Hi Sharks, my name is Kelechi Diegu. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm the founder and CEO of Zuvaa. Today I'm looking for
Okay, so first and foremost, she's talking really fast. It's not a drawback. It's just a presentation style thing. I'm a little bit of, because I speak, and on top of what I do for business, I also speak a lot. So, and I do happen to talk quickly at times, but she's like Speedy Gonzalez, right? So it may not affect her as long as her numbers are good. She has a game plan that she's going to do with the money.
The game plan is you go in there.
And she has maybe some proven sales. So we'll see what's happened. And reminder, I've never seen these videos before.
160,000.
And I'm not sure that it matters if I've seen them. I don't watch them anyways, but whatever.
$1,000 in exchange for 10% of my company. Growing up Nigerian, I was always enamored by unique prints and textiles. The colors, the vibrancy, it always amazed me. And I knew there were talented designers on the African continent who had a gift for creating beautiful pieces. But the problem is these designers did not have the tools nor the resources to tap a global market. This is why I created Zuvaa. We are the fastest growing online marketplace for global design. We connect these incredibly talented designers with consumers globally who are looking for unique finds. Let me tell you how it works. Consumers simply browse our online marketplace, currently consisting of over 85 hand-picked, curated designers. Once they place their orders, their items are shipped to them directly from the designer or from our fulfillment center in Atlanta, Georgia.
She better have sales. Whatever you're entering into a clothing market that's super competitive like that, you had better had sales. You cannot go into this market without having sales.
Addison is wearing TT's closet, and she is from Nigeria, so it's a beautiful jumpsuit with peplum on the sides and on the top. And then Michelle is wearing a designer from the Zambia. And so she likes to mix her prints using wax print and chiffons in her materials. And then this designer is also from Nigeria, and this was an all chiffon material. And so it's really beachy. Now join me as we show the world the beauty of Africa through design. I'd love to show you guys some samples.
Sure.
Just to give you an idea of.
That's nice.
So yeah, you can just kind of pass them down. I want you guys to see more of the quality of the pieces. Daymond, what you're holding actually comes from Nigeria. It's made of a shoke, which is a woven textile. And that one comes from Benin. And it's made with Ankara print, wax print, and suede.
Here's what I'll say about these. African prints and things like that are obviously unique to Africa, but I do like how the clothing is unique because you don't see a lot of like African clothing retailers outside of the continent of Africa and outside of specific regions of Africa, right? So this is going to be interesting in the fact that it's unique in the clothing industry in terms of having like a mainstream product.
Did I wear this at the pool?
Fabulous on you, Mr. Wonderful.
I do wear wraps,
I love that.
So Kelly, how do you find these women?
So we actually find it by word of mouth, and we also have a very strict vetting policy. So all designers who are interested in selling through Zuvaa, they send us their samples, and we're able to really check quality control, as well as understanding what their process is for fulfillment and customer service.
How did you come up with this idea?
I'm a first-generation Nigerian. This is my culture, right? I grew up wearing these pieces. I actually started Zuvaa while I was in grad school. I was at Carnegie Mellon, and During that time, I started to freelance in social media marketing, and people would ask me all the time, Kelechi, where'd you get that? I realized how inaccessible African prints and textiles were to people in Western markets.
Right.
So
Interesting story in college. Good story is good. They don't seem like they're turned off by the actual quality of the materials. So let's keep watching and see what happens.
I started with about a $500 investment, and I was able to turn that into over $2 million
Whoa.
in sales in under 2.5 years.
Wow.
And thank
Wow.
you.
Very impressive.
And
That's amazing.
thank you.
Huge. That's huge. She has definitely shown traction. $2 million is a big number for a startup. And once you cross like the $1 million threshold, that's really good traction. And investors are going to look kindly on that. I wouldn't be surprised if she gets an offer because of that. However, I will say I would also not be surprised if people were out because of the specificity of the market. Let's see what happens.
Okay, so explain if I'm a designer and I want to be on your sites. What is the financial relationship?
So we charge a 17% flat commission to be on the marketplace, and then we also charge a monthly fee of $50.
And how many visitors do you have to the site?
Monthly, we have about 120,000 visitors.
Good for you.
So now
Nice.
the
That's
question,
fabulous.
last month, what did you do in revenue?
Monthly, we're doing about $220,000 in sales, so about $50,000 in revenue.
So you make $50K a month.
Not bad. Not bad. She makes $50,000 on $200,000 in revenue. So she has about a 25% margin on her business. That might be able to be cleaned up based off the relationship with the sharks and what they can ingest in terms of capital, because they might be able to leverage certain technologies or certain relationships whereby it reduces the cost of what she's able to provide right now. So not bad.
That's basically off of your commission.
Yes.
Right.
So basically you have no risk,
Yeah.
which is brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, but let me ask you, there is a risk. You know, when women order online, it's a high return rate often because they order two sizes, right? I don't know
Okay.
if I'm a 7 or an 8 today,
Yeah,
right?
that's happening.
What happens in the event of a return? Because you either have to put that back in inventory or send it back to Africa. What happens
so
in that?
Zuvaa handles all of the returns for the customers. So they get a return slip, and they send the items back to us in Atlanta, and then we send those items back to the designers, usually every quarter or so, to cut down on costs.
You're getting $50K a month. What does it cost you to run it? You got some staff?
Yes. I mean, our burn monthly is about $50K, so we break even monthly.
Okay, so what's the vision for what?
So they're burning about $50K. I understand why she needs money now. She asked for about I think it's $470,000, was $469. Margins about 25%. They're burning like $50K. So obviously there's a reason why she wants the investment, because she needs to kind of get over her burn rate. Burn rate is simply how much money they're spending on expenses on a monthly basis, how much cash they're going through. That's why they call it burn rate, because burn.
Why it's worth $4.6 million.
So our valuation is really just based off a 2x multiple of our GMV from last year.
Has anybody paid that value? Has anybody invested?
No, we haven't had any investment. We've been bootstrapped
So
the
you
whole
own
3 years.
100% of it?
I own 92%.
And who owns the other 8?
My other advisors.
So I'm going to guess right now, you're very flexible.
Well, she's
on
saying that she's
valuation.
worth $4.6 million right now, correct?
Yes.
You're doing fantastic. So why do you need a shark?
There's so much more that I want to do with this company, right? I want for us to be able to really create global impact, and for people around the world to see the beauty of African fashion design beyond just fashion, right? I mean, there's home apparel, there's art, there's so much beauty that's coming out of Africa. So for us to really scale up, we're going to need investment to build out a scalable online platform. Right now, our online platform does not meet the needs of our vendors or our consumers.
What is the price point range for your outfits?
So we range from $50 to $250.
That's not bad.
It's reasonably priced for what this is. It looks
Yeah.
good. You know, I think the mistake in your deal, just right out of the gate here, $460,000 is a lot of money.
But she's got to scale.
Yeah, but I'm having a hard time at $4.6 million.
How many designers do you want to grow to?
On the continent right now, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of designers who could do a variety of pieces, right? And that's what I'm really looking to scale up to.
I like the unique aspect of the business. I like how so she owns basically a tech company. She's not in the clothing business. I made an error earlier when I said that she's in the clothing business. She's not in the clothing business. She's in the tech business. And that is what's more appealing to these sharks, is that they don't have to deal with, there is inventory play because of the returns that they talked about with Daymond, and Daymond talked about the risk of that. But she is primarily in the tech. She is in the tech and customer service industry. What I mean by customer service industry is there's the shoe company Zappos. They're famous for their customer service because they put the customer first, right? So if she focuses on customer service and she focuses on making the designers happy, she has a good recipe actually to win. It will be interesting to see if the sharks recognize that.
Look, I think what you've accomplished is amazing.
Thank you.
But I can't get to where you are with the valuation. $460,000 is a big swallow for 10%.
Interesting. Prediction time. I think she's going to get an investment from Daymond and maybe Kevin, but he's going to make her an offer to see if she's going to come down on her valuation. She valued her company at $4.6 million on $2 million in cash. She probably needed to be about 3.5 or maybe 3 million for them to jump in, I think. Let's see.
And so I'm out.
Thank you, Mark.
Kalechi, I'm really proud of you. I'm proud of what you've done.
I don't know
You're
who
an
this
Atlanta
is.
girl, started Spanx from Atlanta, so it's a
Oh,
good,
the Spanx
it's a good
lady.
place to start.
She's a
something
billionaire.
for sure. I'm also struggling with your valuation.
Okay.
You don't say.
It's really high.
We're growing incredibly fast, and if we do get the investment from one of you sharks, we'll be able to use that to grow even faster.
I feel like from what you've been able to do so far on
I
your
think Kevin
own, I
sees that
count
he
on
wants
you
to
to keep
invest.
going without having to give up
Just waiting
a big
for
chunk of
this is a
equity
strategic
that
play for Kevin.
I would need to,
What chunk of equity do you think that would be?
like 50%.
Ouch. Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't give up 50% of my company, definitely not at such an early stage.
And I don't think you should. The more that you maintain ownership, the more you're going to be able to direct it the way that you want to.
Of course.
And so for that reason, I'm out.
Okay.
Okay, then.
You are making a tremendous difference in African women's lives. I think you're doing amazing all on your own. I don't want to take a chunk of your company. And for that reason, I'm out.
Thank you.
All right, so here's my thoughts on it. I had the honor of going to Kenya with President Obama 2 years ago. And believe it or not, Shark Tank is big there. You're like a lightning bolt for entrepreneurship, because in that continent, literally women have carried the economy on their heads and their backs.
Absolutely.
My biggest challenge is I'm a target.
A target?
In California, there's a certain law that anybody can walk up to a product that is being sold in the public market and they can create a class action lawsuit. And dealing with 80 or 100 or 300 designers, there's a lot in that vetting process, and I become almost a liability for you.
A liability because there might be an issue with the pieces?
Because anybody can sue you.
Yeah.
He's saying because if there's big pockets with you, there might be a target.
Absolutely. I desperately want to be here with you, but I'll be a target.
Okay.
I'm out.
Thank you, Daymond.
Interesting reasoning. I didn't expect that.
Well,
reason.
then. The equity valuation doesn't work, and you heard it from 4 sharks. Beautifully said,
I
wonderfully
didn't say
spoken,
that.
all of that crap. At the end, they didn't give you any money. I like to deal in reality. I hope you do too, okay?
Mr. Wonderful.
I don't think your
This
company's
dude.
worth $460,000 right now. The only way it works is I loan it to you, all right?
Ooh, a
I
loan
give
play.
you debt. I'll do it at 12%, all right? I want 10% of the company for providing that capital because you've at least proven you have a business. I'm impressed, but the cold, hard reality is you asked for too much. That's my offer.
460 at 12%. That's hard money right there.
Thank you so much, Kevin, but I have to decline that.
For you.
That's right.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Thank you so much.
luck
I
to you.
appreciate the offer. Thank you, guys.
Good luck.
I was really confident about the amount that I asked for, so even though Kevin wasn't really feeling it, I believe in my heart that's what we're worth.
So she got one offer. It was a hard money offer basically for her to grow her business. But here's the thing I want you to think about. She didn't go for the money, even though it was available. And what you have to think about as a business owner, when you're going to speak to sharks, or not sharks, but like investors, right? You have to think about their interest in the play. How does what you are offering as a product or service fit into their portfolio? You see, even if it's not an exact fit, a shark is more likely to invest, or an investor is more likely to invest in your business if it has some sort of symbiosis with something in their existing portfolio already. Here's the other thing. But before I give you the next thing, don't forget to subscribe to the video if you've liked so far what you've seen. And don't forget to tell me, share your experience. Do you think that she should have accepted Kevin's offer? Would you have accepted Kevin's offer for $460,000, 10% on a 12% loan? I call it a hard money loan because the interest rate is absurdly high. She said that she had a $50,000 burn rate, and then you're going to add 12% debt service on top of that at $460,000. Tough pill to swallow. I wouldn't have done it. Getting back to my point, don't forget to subscribe, is that investors like things that either fit neatly in their portfolio or things that don't bring them added or increased risk. The only time that they're okay with increased risk, like Daymond was talking about the risk, is if the potential return for what they're investing is so high that the risk of like a class action lawsuit or being sued or whatever the case is would not be as great as it actually is. I kind of question Daymond's reasoning a bit, but I kind of understand where he's coming from, that he would be a target because she has this platform where all of these dress designers are coming in all together. If she ends up having a problem with one of them, that person's going to sue both Daymond and the company, right? So that's why he didn't want to get connected with it. But tell me what you think. Would you have invested in her company? What would your offer be? And would you have accepted Kevin's offer? I want to know. I want to know kind of what you think. But in any event, when you have your business, these are the kind of hard questions that you have to ask. This is what you should think about when you're trying to go to get money. But until next time, don't forget, if you don't go to work on building your business, you're going to go to work on building someone else's. Until next time, I'm Micah, and I'm out. Peace. Wrong thing.